Shefsky here, and welcome to Fantasy House. This is the world's only NSFW real estate podcast. I learned that recently. There are no other real estate podcasts where people curse and talk about, what do you call it, like raw subjects and whatnot. That's what you get with Fantasy House. Also, this podcast is brought to you by me, Jon Shefsky. I'm the only Southern California realtor. There was a phenomenon that happened recently, kind of like a biblical thing, and all the other realtors were taken up to God, and I'm the only one left on this planet. So if you could use my services, or you know someone that could, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can send me an email at fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com, or you can just go to my Instagram, JONSHEFSKY. I'd love to be of service. If you have any questions about houses, buying and selling houses, multifamily, like apartment investments, all that good stuff. I just love to talk about real estate. I also love to talk about other stuff too. So if you're like, I want to talk about real estate, I want to talk about lake fishing. And I'll be like, I don't know anything about lake fishing, especially man-made lakes. Do you? And then we'll have a good time. And if neither of us know, I'll Google it. And then we'll just drink a cup of coffee and talk about stuff that we Google together. This episode is also brought to you by hearthandmade.co.uk. This lady, Claire, she's a listener to this show. That's why I'm doing this ad read, because if I don't, she'll be like, why haven't you done my ad read? She's from Ireland too, so she has a heavier accent than that. And she, what Claire did is she knows ways to streamline your business so that you can get things done in a timely manner. She makes, I don't know how many pounds this is or yen this comes out to. She makes a lot of shekels every week, putting in 20 hours. Okay, so while the rest of us are stressing ourselves out, getting crow's feet on our eyes, missing family events, trying to be the next entrepreneur, Claire knows how to do it efficiently and still have a personal life and enjoy yourself. So hit her up at hearthandmade.co.uk, and she'll help you figure out a way to run your business properly and get her done, as they say in Ireland. Get her done, laddie. All the show's also brought to you by C3 Risk and Insurance Services. Do you guys need insurance? Yes, you do. Everybody needs insurance. Joe Erle, hit him up at C3 Risk and Insurance Services. If you get a policy from Joe, he will give you $25 gift to Amazon, and tell him Shefsky sent you. He loves me. All right, guys. Now, in the world, oh yeah, I got to tell you about this episode today. This episode, every episode's great. I know I always intro it going, "This person is a great friend of mine," because guess what? It's my fucking show, and I just get to book my friends. I don't have to ask my podcast partner anymore who I can book. I just be like, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast? Come on down." And this week is no exception. This guy's a hilarious stand-up comedian. He just did a special, and he'll tell you all about it, so you can like download it and watch it and all that good stuff. And I'm really looking forward to it. And he's got the sexiest eyebrows in the whole industry. Wow. That's right. That's right.
Thank you. About time got recognized. Yeah.
You've been recognized before. You just couldn't see it happening through that brow, dog. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. Cornell Reid is here. This is going to be a good time. Now, in the words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this. What you taking What's up, dude?
Hey. Oh, man. I just want to take a moment of silence for all those Southern California realtors that went down in that tragedy.
No, they didn't die.
Oh.
It's like the Revelation. Isn't it in the Revelations in the Bible where it's like God calls them and they go back up? And like,
now that's what it is.
Yeah, they're living in like a Willie Nelson song, like the Kingdom of Gold or something.
Oh, my God.
Like a gospel song, right?
So God needed some real estate agents and floated them on up to heaven.
That's right. He left everybody else down here. If you're working on Ebola cures, you can stay down on the planet. But if you know how many square feet are in an acre, come up to the Kingdom of Gold.
He's got some houses that need some fresh baked cookies in them for an open house.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if people still do that, where they bake the cookies.
Is that? I went to one and they did that.
They did
still.
that? People still do
I was going to ask you if that was a thing that all of them did, but I guess it's not.
I play Bad Brains and I blow weed smoke through the houses.
Yeah, it would be good. That's how I would know it would be a house for me.
I know the contract real well, man.
Oh, man, that's
The
fantastic.
Stoner Realtor? Has that been marketed yet? What's up? I'm your local 420 realtor.
Oh man, I don't think so. They would remember the square footage of the house, the price.
It's a lot of bricks, I'll tell you that, man. Oh, dude. So what's up, man? What's been going on?
Not much. Yeah, you mentioned my web series, which is a big thing I'm trying to promote and get out there to all the fans.
It's a web series, so it's not a stand-up special like an hour special that's out. It's a web series.
It's like 3 different episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on the isn'tfactor.com.
Okay.
Is the website. And so, yeah, so I went to a nursing home, did stand up, did my normal act, did not cater to these people at all.
Did you have to stop yourself from saying these old pieces of shit?
I have to, yeah, every time.
And no offense if you're an old piece of shit listening right now. We love you. We riff. We reserve the right to riff.
If you're an old person listening to a podcast, you're cool as shit, man.
Yeah, we're talking about the other old people, not you.
Yeah, dude. These are the type of old people who get really mad when you talk about Facebook.
Yeah.
Because they know enough to know what Facebook is. And it infuriates them that all the kids are on the Facebook.
They're just mad about it. They're at the age where it's like, I'm just mad that they're doing that. You're like, why? I don't need a reason.
And they don't even know about Twitter or Instagram or any of the ones the kids actually use. Like their Facebook is their most recent.
They still think Blu-ray is the new thing.
Yeah,
they're like, and your stupid Blu-rays, you're ruining the country. You lazy millenniums.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched some of the interview, like the excerpt from it on Instagram, the little commercials that you guys made for it. And dude, there was a guy talking about, like, you were asking him like what you think you could have done better, and he's like telling you what you could have worn, that you could have worn like a suit or something like that.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Yeah. He wants me to wear a suit and a power tie, which I'd never heard of. He's just at a bright colored tie. And
dude, 90s education, 90s tips for business people. We're a power tie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, does that still work?
Dude, and I could tell you what would not, I could have worn a clown costume. Nothing would have made
these people happy.
No, they were horrified. One guy gets a phone call in the middle of my set and starts taking his phone call in the middle of my...
Like an old person, like where the ringer is super loud. And
yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, and just takes the phone call while I'm trying to do my act. It was a bad crowd.
Did you know it was going to be bad going into it, though?
I had a feeling.
Yeah. You're like, this is old people, and I'm Cornell Reid. I'm going to go in here and do comedy from. They're going to be...
I'm doing jokes about bongs. I asked the guy before, like, do you think anyone here knows what a bong is? and he had no idea what a bong was.
A savings bong?
Yeah.
Horrible place to get your money. Very conservative place to store it, but not a lot of return on a savings bong.
Oh, my God. It's college bonds. I got so many for my bar mitzvah. I had no idea where they are or when to cash them in or how they even work, dude.
Listen, I don't know about any of that stuff because I'm from the street, and I just know the verbiage word is bong.
No one from the streets having bar mitzvahs, dude? I feel like...
That's a good name for a band right there, Street Bar Mitzvah. Dude, we're so punk and Jewish, dude. People don't know about us. It's a niche. It's a niche in our society, punk Jews.
Oh, man.
So you, I mean, making that, I love the new era of stand-up, people making cool specials. Because for like 40 years, everyone just did the same thing, which is great. Nothing against them.
Right.
Some of the stuff I grew up on was watching just Chris Rock pace back and forth on a stage like a preacher and just blow my mind that way.
Right.
But I remember when I saw like Maria Bamford did a special in front of her grandma. Harlan Williams did one out in the desert.
Oh, really?
And I loved it. He's just like on a hill in a desert, and he was like doing crowd work on a crow that was flying over. I was like, "What are you doing up there, fella? What do you do for work?" And it's like, and it just cuts to the crow going, and he's like, "All right, well, don't speak a lot of English, huh?" Like, and I loved it. And like, I watched it with people that were like, "Oh, that was okay," but I got hair.
That's right. You got to stop licking the mic.
I've been going down on the 70s mic, folks, and I got a hair. It's a cat hair. I am covered in cat hair at all times. So when I saw that, like I was like, oh, dude, the new era of specials is badass. And then I was immediately intimidated. Like, well, those people did those things. There's nothing left to do. And then when I saw the commercial for yours, I was like, whoa, that's genius.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Like, it's such a cool idea.
Yeah, so let me finish explaining it. So yeah, I did my normal act for them. I interviewed them, asked them what I thought I could do better, and then I took all their notes and wrote a new 20-minute act based specifically on their notes, trying to cater specifically towards them. They gave me a list of all the comedians they liked. You know, and it's like Shecky Green.
I was just gonna say Shecky.
yeah, Shecky Green's at the top of every list.
Yeah.
Danny Thomas, all these like old dudes. One guy wrote roasts. He wrote SNL. And it's like, you don't watch SNL anymore. You know, like what the hell are you talking about? So I watched as much as I could and tried to cater my act to them specifically, and then I went back and did a new 20-minute act for them. A lot less people came out to the second show. I'll tell you that. It was like.
Did you ever think maybe they died? You fucking insensitive jerk. You're like, they just didn't show up, those pricks. You're like, they actually, 30% of them died.
Maybe. I did see a lot of them in the hallway walking up to the showroom, getting a little stink eye. I don't think they liked some of my material before. Anyway, so yeah, it's on the isn'tfactor.com. It's called that because one guy I was talking to, Maury, who I thought was sweet, but ends up just cutting me to pieces. He really cuts me down.
Like your interview with him, you start off thinking like, oh, Maury likes me.
Yeah, first interview, I was like, he's a sweet guy. He's really trying to help. And I even like other interviews later with just me when I'm writing the act, like, man, that Maury's so great. And then the second time I do stand up and I interview him, he goes, a lot of the performers I enjoy have like this it factor. And I was like, uh-huh. And he's like, and you don't have that.
Oh, dude.
So I have the isn't factor. That's what I said. So that's why we called it that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And he goes, how long have you been doing stand-up? And I'm like, I've been doing it for 14 years. And he goes, well, I think it's safe to say in those 14 years, you haven't learned a thing. That's what he said to me.
Dude, it sounds like you made some seriously good comedy with this. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like you captured like a genius little like spot of like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun. It was really funny. I didn't take it personally at all. It's hard to ask someone to help you do comedy and then to try and enjoy it. Like, they were in a bad position too. We were both in bad positions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're like...
You should have just called this the state of comedy. Between the comic and the audience, we're both in pretty bad positions. You know? Like, yeah, that sounds about stand-up right now.
Yeah, it happens in a lot of my shows now that I think about it.
Well, what the heck gets you out of bed in the morning?
Well, having a daughter, obviously, is I'm excited for her and what she's doing. So that is definitely makes me excited to do that. And then
she's how old is she right now?
5 years old, in kindergarten, crushing it. She's the funniest kid in the world. She's great.
You should have her do the next round of interviews and sets for that same group of people.
Oh my
for the
God.
Isn't Factor?
Dude, yeah.
And have the same people interview. Like,
I was thinking of doing another one where I just do it in front of kids next.
Yeah.
And do my stand-up for kids and then see what they think.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. They would be really funny. They would really...
Dude, that actually would be awesome.
It would be really fun. Yeah.
That's such a cool idea. So I imagine that you're a cool dad, and I remember your kids are older. Your kids. I'm giving you imaginary kids.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fantasy Family. You have 30 kids in this Fantasy Family. Wow. I remember when you had her, and I was like, whoa, like young dudes having kids, and like you. I knew you'd be a cool dad just because you're a cool dude and you're like you're silly and fun.
Yeah.
And so does she know that she has a dad that's silly and fun and cool?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely joke around a lot and do a lot of stupid stuff and yeah. I mean, we are always doing weird stuff, and I'm always trying to trip her out and tell her the wrong things.
Yeah. Make her think like always be on your toes, young man.
Yeah.
Or young lady. Young person.
Exactly. I mean, because it's, it's a lot easier to make a kid laugh than a grown-up laugh, Tell
me about it. Dude, I just do my Jim Carrey impression faces for my kids, and they're like laughing hysterically. I'm like, is this all I got to do is just like, whoa, 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 and they're just like loving it.
Right, exactly.
They don't even like go like, that's not actually how that works. Like, they don't question my punchlines. Or like, no one's ever told me I heard that before when they were little kids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just be like, oh yeah, we're all right. I'm going to go home and make dinner. We're going to have, some spaghetti, salad, and then some elephant butt on the side. You just say that. You don't say that to adults. That would just be really weird. But kids love that shit.
I told my son one day that he ate the last chocolate raisin in the world because he was like, I want more chocolate raisins, Daddy. And I was like, I hate to break it to you, dude. Your mom didn't tell you? And he was like, no. He stared for a while and then was like, and you could see his brain working. He was like, no. And then I was like, I'm just riffing with you. And then I kicked him karate style in the stomach. I'm a physical riffer.
My friend, he's a dad too. He had the greatest move ever. Whenever his kids see an ice cream truck, they're like, ice cream truck, ice cream truck. And he told them that whenever an ice cream truck has the music playing,
they're out of ice cream.
Yes, it means they're out of ice cream.
Oh, it's brilliant.
He's like, oh man, yeah, that is an ice cream truck, but
dude,
must have just missed it.
When they get old enough though to go to their friend's house and the ice cream truck goes, they're like, wait, my dad's been lying this whole time. What? But it's good for a few years.
Oh yeah, it's such a good move, dude.
So funny.
I love that.
Oh, dude. So what's in store now? What's next? In the words of Hunter Thompson, what's the score here? What's next?
What's next? I'm going to be starting a podcast of my own. I had a podcast for a while that I might be bringing back in talks. Maybe bringing that one back called Sunday Funnies on Thursdays. And it was just me doing a verbal recap of the comic strips from Sunday on Thursday.
Yeah,
and very mentally taxing to visually describe each comic panel by panel.
So it became work.
It was seriously mentally tiring. Like I felt I had like a headache when I was done.
Yeah.
Done recording. And for the 20 listeners that I would get each month or week, it kind of stopped being worth it. But I'm thinking about bringing that back. And then I have another one I'm going to do. I don't know the title of it yet. Untitled, unreleased Cornell Reid podcast project.
How about the isn't factor? Since you already have the domain name, might as well have a podcast for it. Just interview old people, ask them what comedy should be about. I don't know. All that stuff. It is so much work to do a podcast, dude.
Yeah.
And like the old podcast I used to do, the crime one, it was like, dude, after an episode, like it was really fun, but sometimes like you just end up knowing too much and you're like, it's just kind of depressing knowing about that criminal that, swindled all those people out of their life savings, or like that lady that murdered her husband, and you're just like, I don't even want, like, can I have 3 weeks where I don't have to hear about that kind of shit? And then all of a sudden you're like, well, we're back in 5 days to talk about some other depressing thing that happened. Yeah. It's like, it's work. I can only imagine like what, like those, was it Dan Carlin with the history? Like that hardcore history.
God, yeah.
It's like, he's just talking about like the raping and pillaging throughout all of time. And you're like, oh my God, like
just like a 9-part series on like one day of a famine or something.
Yeah, like totally. And like
Jesus Christ.
So it's like there's a lot that goes into these things,
especially that guy.
That one in specific too. But there's the behind the scenes on podcasting is pretty gnarly what goes into it.
Yeah.
So you got to pay the piper though. You wanted your own radio show, kid. So there you go. Do the work.
I do. I want to be Nick Cannon in the mornings. This is the spot I'm going for. Power 106 FM.
Sunday Funnies on Thursdays, folks. You get it. You listen in. I want to hear it. I haven't heard it. I need to hear it. We need to bump that listenership up to 21.
We do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 21.
Get me in there, dog.
I don't know if I can handle it, man.
What's your favorite thing to do besides, like, obviously comedy? Do you have any hobbies or? Yeah,
let's see. Hobbies. I mean, I really enjoy just walking around and people watching. And doing that, like going on adventures, going anywhere. I like walking through a mall.
Yeah.
Walking through museums, walking on the beach, riding the metro, anything like that.
You like watching the Lord's movie.
Yes.
That's what I call it. I'll be like, man, the casting is just mind blowing. Just watching the Lord's movie, you're just like, you see people and you're like, how did he come up with such a character?
Oh my God.
It's brilliant, right?
It's brilliant. Especially like Venice or like Hollywood.
Oh yeah,
Hollywood Boulevard, and it's just like I really, really love doing that and just going and watching people, and that's a definite passion of mine.
Like if you had all the money in the world, you didn't have to worry about paying your bills, and you could, like, let's say you could freeze your life so you didn't have any responsibilities, right? Mm-hmm. Like you didn't have to, like, your daughter would be fine, everything, like you could come back to it, but you could have like just a year to just like pause your life, but then go off and do whatever. What would you do?
I mean, I would travel. Definitely. I would go anywhere, all over I mean, if I could do anything, I'm going into space. Like, no question. I want to go into space, check that shit out, go as far as I can.
Like in like an Iron Man suit, or like in a space shuttle with like a table that you could have dinner on?
No.
I'm just thinking ahead for the meals.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll find my meals in space. All right. I'm going to go Iron Man suit all the way. If I could fly, myself?
Yeah.
That's way cooler.
Yeah.
You know, first off, before I do that, I'm going to just be flying around Earth for a while and like fuck with gravity for a while, because that is kind of, I think that's why I'd rather fly than be in the ocean, because you can like go up and just like drop down, for, you know?
Make your tummy go, woo!
Yes, exactly. That's all I want to do is make my tummy go, woo!
Dude, I love that feeling.
Me too.
Yeah, I think you crave it from when you were seriously like a little baby. Like it's like that's one of the first like crazy major like rush pleasures. It's just like,
I believe. I mean, if they could.
That's why we do. That's why we get on a bicycle or you go on a plane or you drive a car fast. It's just to be like, whee!
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's so pure.
Roller coasters.
So pure.
If they could just make that a drug, just call it wee.
That's the name of the drug.
Yeah.
Like someone, you're like walking down like through like Times Square and some guy's like, I got E, I got blow, I got weed, I got wee. And you're like, can I get some of that wee?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, especially that, like, you know, when you're going up and then you slowly stop and then you just start going down. Oh, man, it's so fun.
Well, you're going to be able to do that in our lifetime with space. What do you call it? That
SpaceX?
That SpaceX travel. Yeah, SpaceX and Virgin, I think, both have those things where you don't really like go far into space, but you go enough out where you're just like, whoa, you get like wait lists and then come back in.
Right.
And my buddy Adam was talking about that recently because he's been obsessed with that. And I think right now it's a couple $100,000 to do it. So only like the super, super rich are doing it for fun. But I think by the time you and I are in our older years or whatever they call that, like retirement age. The age of the people that you interview for your comedy acts. Instead of being grumpy pieces of shit. No offense to you guys. I know life's tough in the convalescent home.
It was a nice nursing home.
It was a nice nursing home. Mm-hmm. An NNH.
What am I joking? The the old person specific said was. Yeah, this is a nice nursing home. I've never seen a walker made by Cadillac before. I got a couple chuckles. That was one of the good ones.
With brand new tennis balls on these walkers.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, most of the but I think it'll be like $5,000 or something like that. Like you'll be able. It'll still be an expensive ticket, but it'll be like something that if it's like truly a bucket list item, you could probably go into space. I'm just guessing. Like I don't know much about futuristic economics, whatever they call it, predictions of inflation and when cost comes down from technology. But
it'll probably be $5 billion, but with inflation that'll be $500.
That's right. That's right. Oh man, I'm gonna be so annoyed when like our currency is like the yen, or like everything's like, oh, an ice cream Snickers bar, that's $8 million. Like,
right.
Well, then how is it? How is it? What's a house? They're like, oh, that's like trillions, sir. Yeah. How much debt are we in? We can't explain that, sir. It's a very long word. I'm like, what? The national debt's what? Word. It's a long word, sir. Just don't even think about it. Okay. Maybe that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. You know, I think I would go into space even if I knew that I would get killed by an alien or just not run out of oxygen or whatever. My head explodes.
On the next episode of Suicide by Space.
I'd be into it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
They're like, so if I press this button, my helmet will come off. Don't touch that, sir. You're like, all right.
Well, I wouldn't do it to myself.
Oh,
I'm just saying, if it had to happen, I would never just go, cool, I'm in space.
But you'd be willing to risk.
All.
Yeah, you'd be willing to risk it, is what you're saying.
I would do it if I knew I was going to die.
Okay.
Like, there's no way back.
So if anyone's listening to this and they work for NASA or JPL and they're like, there's an asteroid coming and the scenario, sir, is that we are going to have to send some astronauts and they won't be coming back. And then the music from like Deep Impact or one of those movies starts playing. Call Cornell Reid.
I am in.
He will save this motherfucking planet.
I am in, dude. Do you think if you take your helmet off in space, do you die fast?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like right away. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said like your blood boils like within like point something of a second. So it's like faster than you can probably even feel the pain to be like, you just go and it like explode, like splat. I think that's what happens.
That's
like,
great.
I think it's not even if your helmet opens. I think it's just if you like lose like pressure in your suit, you're just like, poof, because there's something about the pressure that makes your blood like boil like hot water. Like, and that alone just immediately would just be like,
you're just getting pressed so hard together.
Yeah, I don't know if it press hard or you expand. I think you expand with the pressure. So you just splat and just like, I don't know. It just sounds disgusting.
It does sound
We're not supposed to be in space. That's the thing. Is that's why they call it like we're in the Goldilocks zone, like our planet. Like it's very specific that like, okay, right here, we're good. And that's it.
Right.
That's why all the people that are panicked about climate change are like, I don't think you understand. We're 0.5 off for a pH balance in the ocean. This isn't a joke. And I'm like, well, like Call me when we're like 25 off on the pH bounce. Like,
Right.
the planet wouldn't exist at that point. You know, they're
Right,
like
right.
frogs would be dead, fish would be dead, the air would be too heavy to breathe. You know,
Yeah, dude, a world without frogs. I'm not living to live in that world.
no one wants to live in a world without frogs.
No.
A ribbitless planet.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I have when they're riveting, and you're like, "Can you guys? I'm trying to get some sleep." But then I'm like, I'm not cursing. I'm like, Lord, please don't take me too seriously. I still want frogs to be on the planet.
Yeah.
It's an
yeah.
ecosystem. Everybody's valuable.
You get totally lewd. There would never be another WB.
They make a documentary, A Day Without a Ribbit.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I go into space for a year.
What for a year?
Go out of our solar system. Fuck our solar system. We know enough about that.
I used to want to get, you know how everyone gets the FTW tattoo? It was like the old thing. It was like the old punk rock thing, which was
Yeah.
fuck the world. It was
Yeah.
like super angry. I used to, and I never got it. My friend Wendy Ramirez, great tattoo artist, moved to Austin. If you're listening and you're in Austin, go see Wendy Ramirez. Google her. She actually did my Alfred E. Newman tattoo from Mad Magazine. But she, the other tattoo before she moved that I had talked to her about was an astronaut with an FTU like banner on it. Fuck the universe.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was so fun and punk. And then she moved and I didn't end up doing it. And then I outgrew that where I was like, that's pretty negative. Fuck the universe. More like bless the universe. Am I right? But in my younger punk rock days, I was totally like, yeah,
I
be
think
so
it's
with an
great.
astronaut helmet too. Like be so fucking punk.
I think that's great. Fuck the whole universe.
Yeah. I'm not that mad right now though. At that age, I was definitely like pissed.
Well, I mean, you were pissed at the whole universe.
I just thought it was funny to like. I was pissed and just like sarcastic and
Yeah.
facetious and just
Yeah.
I thought it was just. What do you call like a contrarian that like just wants to make their mom mad when their mom's like, "Don't say that, Jonathan. Don't say that." And I was just like, "All right, I'm going to take it up a notch. Like, don't say
Right.
fuck the world. All right, mom. How about fuck the universe, mom? Like, I'm so punk, you know." And then my mom like just trying to make my mom gasp more and more and more, like Jonathan. And then like I just keep trying to pile it on.
It's just such a funny concept to be mad at the infinite universe.
Yeah. I've been bitter to be like, fuck existence. Like whatever
Yeah.
you are, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you created orgasms and corn dogs and good music. You also created holocausts, man. Fuck you. I was like just mad and young, you know?
Yeah,
But then,
yeah.
you know, get older and I was like, all right, you got your holocaust, but the yellowtail sashimi and a good breeze. I'm a fan. I like existing. I don't want it to a couple anxiety attacks later. I don't want it to stop. I was just being bitter.
Yeah.
But maybe we should both go get that tattoo right after
I'm in. Dude.
we leave. What
We
would
should record while we get the tattoo.
that's what we do Fantasy House?
Yeah.
That's why we both get tattoos on our knees or rib cages. What's the location of your fantasy house? What's the geographic location of your fantasy house, dog?
Well, I mean, we got to keep going.
Would it be in space?
It would be absolutely be in space.
Oh, dude.
Either be in space or be like really, really, really small on a molecular level on Earth.
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it'd be like on a leaf or a blade of grass or something like that. But it's so
dude.
fucking small. Yeah, I think that would be cool too.
What's it look like? Like if we're zooming in like on a microscope, like when we see it on a
Okay.
leaf.
So I think I'd definitely have it surrounded by a moat of Mountain Dew. Keep people out. Keep my thirst quenched.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Keep you caffeinated in there with your neon green drink.
it's gonna need jets to stay bubble. You know what I mean? So got that going on. I think the house would be tie-dye roof, walls, everything.
Tie-dye everything.
Yeah. I don't know how you're gonna tie-dye the tiles, but
You can have it however you want, dude.
all right, that's how we're gonna do it then.
Tie-dye tiles.
tie-dye
Even
roof
at
tiles.
molecular size, like once I look at it under the microscope, I'm like, whoa, that's loud.
Trippy.
It's a loud, tiny thing. Yeah, trippy. Yeah, Pauly Shore's the biologist. Well,
Yeah, I think keep it. I want it to be kind of. I mean, it's big. It's got to be big, even though it's molecular and tiny. Got to have a lot of bedrooms, so that people can come over. Or atoms or whatever the fuck is at that level.
Yeah,
can come over. Some sort of defense system to keep ants and shit out of there.
Oh yeah,
I think they would really fuck me up.
Yeah, you got to have like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids insurance or something like that. Like, this covers everything that you saw in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You'll be fine. Allstate. Yeah. Call Joe Erle. He'll C3 Risk will help you figure that one out.
But yeah, I'm thinking, maybe just like a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. To 4 levels.
Yeah.
1 bedroom a level.
Yeah.
1 bed.
That's
maybe
cool.
8 levels.
Okay.
Each room has its own level.
Okay, yeah.
And they're wide too, so it doesn't just look like a tower, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think that's how I'd look.
So to come see this, let's say that me and the Fantasy House film crew like got shrunk down by like one of those like sci-fi like into like a little thing, and we come up to the front door.
Right.
Like what's it like when we come in there? Like what am I walking up to in the entrance?
Okay, so something me and my friends talked about having in high school that I've always wanted is have a room that is actually a pool. So the ground level the water is the same level as the ground, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of
infinity pool style.
Yeah, right. And then there's a bunch of inflatable furniture that's kind of like floating around in the spots, but really it's a pool that you're walking in. And so you can like climb out of the pool up into the couch or whatever, and there's a TV and everything like that, but it's just a pool instead of a floor. You
like in the front yard or in the walkway, or like when you walk in, it's an indoor pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The bedroom.
So like we walk in, we're like, hey, what's up? You open the front door and you're like standing in the doorway, and then there's a pool behind you. But
so
it's the floor.
So yeah, right. I open the door, you go to step in and splash. You're in a pool. You're like, what? But there's
so you want me to be a little surprised? Or, whoa!
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Your whole camera crew is going to ruin all their equipment immediately. I think I've always wanted that. I think that would look really cool, and that'd be really fun to have. So I think that would be basically the entrance. Yeah.
Okay. And then the living room is that like the entrance way in the living room is a pool with floating furniture.
Yeah.
And then where do we go? Is there a kitchen that we can go to, or?
Yeah, so let's see. You walk in the living room, and then from there...
Oh, yeah, what do the walls look like? Like, what's the lighting look like? So if the floor is a pool, like, what am I looking at for walls and ceiling and lighting and shit?
I'm tired of flat walls.
Mm-hmm.
I want some bumpy walls.
You're a texture man.
Yeah.
Bumpy walls.
I want walls I can feel. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely real bumpy, like when you take a shopping cart out of some stores and they have those little bumps.
Yeah. My kids love to go over those when we're going into Target.
Mine too. Yeah.
Like, here comes the bumpies, and they love it.
Yeah. So that's the walls. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I love textures on walls too. And my 9-month-old, I bring him up to paintings, and like just like on this, like he loves to just go like this, and I do too. I've never outgrown like wanting to touch like where the paint is, and like
sure.
I love that feeling. So the idea of like your walls having texture on it, like I'm feeling it, dog. No pun intended.
Then when the party little molecules come over and they're all mollied out, they can just go rub the walls for a while. And maybe mix it in between the bumps and then like a velvet of some sort, mix up the textures.
Great.
Maybe a little sandpaper. Just go all over.
Oh, this is like a kid's book. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's got all the textures. These amoebas are like floating around like, whoa.
Yes.
All your friends are like microbiology things.
Exactly. One of the walls, I wanted to be just a big touch screen, which wouldn't be hard because my house is so small. I mean, it's like one iota of an iPhone screen. Yeah. You know what I mean? So a whole touchscreen wall, I think, would be sick.
Like with like apps on it and stuff like that you can touch?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Maybe a little like Minority Report-ish. puts down balls and I can see future crimes.
For such a trippy house, like, you really want to see future crimes, dude? Don't you just want to swim in the pool and touch the wall textures?
I don't solve any of them. I just look at the balls and go, huh, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to happen? Crazy. Who wants pepperoni pizza?
Exactly.
Oh, dude. All right. So what's the kitchen like?
Yeah, I mean, I love food.
Yeah.
So kitchens are a big part of that.
Yeah. You could say that again, man. You could say that again.
I need something that I think my kitchen. This is also a house, I should say, that my kid is not welcomed in.
Kid-free house. I know you thought because the whole living room was a pool, this would be great for kids.
No kids allowed.
No kids allowed.
This is my fantasy.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Dude, you're a young parent. You're like, I need a break.
I'm so trapped by my child.
Dude.
No,
we all just need. That's my other podcast, Fantasy Not Worrying About Your Kids for the Weekend podcast. What would you do if you didn't have your kids for the weekend? I don't know. Chill out for a second. That's the whole podcast. Yeah. On our next episode, we'll interview some other tired person that has kids that just needs to chill for a second. All right, so there's no kids in this kitchen or in this house.
Well, I just had to say that because my kitchen would be constantly have fog machines of weed smoke going on all the time.
Just the kitchen?
Just the kitchen, yeah.
So you're hotboxing your kitchen at all times?
Yeah, it's kind of like not a fumigation tent, but there's a barrier in between all the other rooms, and so
yeah.
It's just a bunch of weed smoke getting shot into there. So you can work up an appetite and also get some good ideas for making some good food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get that creativity and hunger combined.
Exactly.
What would you be making right there if we were going into your kitchen right now?
I'd be making probably a burger, an ant burger.
Like made out of ant?
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean...
If you're shrank down and you're making ground up ant meat... Do you think ants would taste good? That's a weird question for me to ask, but
it depends on the type of ant, and the reason I know this.
Great answer.
Yeah, they're back.
A true hunter, a true ant rancher.
There's the ants back in my hometown. When you squish them, they stink.
Oh, yeah. Where's your hometown?
In Arcata, Northern California,
yeah.
Humboldt County. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Humboldt County is
the
home of the stanky ants.
That's the logo.
That's your high school football team, the Stink Ants. Oh, dude,
it's true though. You squish them and you smell it, and it smells gross.
Interesting.
So I would not make burgers out of those types of ants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the SoCal ants.
The SoCal ants?
Wagyu beef of the ant. The marbling.
Yeah. And I want a fridge you can walk down into.
A commissary, like commercial fridge that you can get into, and it's like a storage.
Yeah, it's like a basement thing.
Okay, yeah.
So like you don't open up a door, you open up a hatch and you climb down into the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's where you can age meat.
Yeah, yeah.
Big old just ant chunks of ant meat just hanging. Dry aged ant. This is the weirdest fucking house. This is why I was so excited to do this with you. I was like, Cornell's gonna bring it. It's gonna get weird, dude. Dry aged ant.
You can rip off their antenna and use it as like a shish kebab that you can eat the stick. Think about that.
Is anyone else's mouth getting watering? Talking about these delicious ants with little sea salt on them.
Dude, yeah, you get one bell pepper, you can eat that for years.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
So I think that would be cool. Ant burger. You lure him in with a little piece of cookie, a la Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's right.
And then you slit their throats.
Oh my God! Is that also a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
It's the unedited version.
It's so yeah, the director's cut. Oh, it's brutal. Quentin Tarantino does Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh, he called the ants the N-word. They're getting cut up and blown up everywhere.
These ants' feet.
It was just weird. Just weird. Are there any other bugs that you're eating besides ants? Anything else small that you're just grubbing down on?
Man.
I imagine like a one-celled organism, like if you cook it right, if you sear it, it's going to be pretty juicy on the inside, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be kind of gelatinous, right?
Yeah, jellyfish style, right?
Yeah.
Again, put some sea salt on there, smoke it maybe.
I can see that. That
Right?
sounds pretty good, yeah.
Am I selling you on this?
Nah,
Is
I'm good.
there?
I mean, there's
a market for it.
Because I feel like at my size, an ant would be like woolly mammoth sized at least.
Yeah.
So that's a big meal. So there's sometimes I feel like if I just want a chicken sized thing,
Yeah.
I got to go single cell.
You got to go single cell. Everyone knows this in the tiny meat industry. Cornell's just trying to stay, he doesn't want to be pretentious to you guys, but of course it's single cell.
Single cell, grass fed, or whatever the fuck they eat. I don't know what they eat. Air.
Ants eat sugary stuff. That's why whatever
Ants,
sugar they
yeah,
just.
but single cell organisms.
Oh, single cells? Yeah.
Other single cells.
I think they eat other single cells.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good thing, right? There's no.
Sounds like it would get boring after a while. But I think as one cell, though, you're not really sitting there going, this tastes boring. Because you just have one
Right.
cell. So nothing can pass the words along in your brain to go, that didn't taste good. You're just like, right?
Yeah,
They're like tiny little oysters. Like, I don't think there's much going on there, but there's something in it.
Well, I love oysters.
Yeah.
So
But
that's-
you can't have them. They're too small. You're too small for them.
Well, yeah, right. I wouldn't. And how would I even get in the ocean being that small? That
You don't
sounds
want
like
You actually could probably survive in like some sort of like little air bubble casing thing,
That's true,
right? You
That's
can travel
true.
in your tiny microscopic, magic school bus house.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can go to a lot of spots.
I could go to a lot of spots.
They can put you in a syringe and put you inside someone.
Oh my god, my house just floating inside someone's blood.
You and Dennis Quaid could solve a problem and save, was it inner space?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the kitchen look like? You got your downstairs, your cellar fridge,
Right.
with ant meat in there aging. Anything
Yeah.
else in there? You have a grill, or is it like?
Yeah, I feel like the grill is just a wall too. I want a wall grill. I can just hold the meat onto it.
Up against the wall?
Yeah.
I think the whole point of the grill is that you can put it down on it and then leave. But you're like, I'll be right with you. I'm pressing something at a 90-degree angle up against the fryer.
You put it down on the grill, what's going to happen? You're going to forget about it. I do it with my grill all the time.
This is genius.
Now I know exactly how long my meat's been on the grill because I'm holding
You're holding it there.
there
It seems
against
like
it.
It was so impractical, and it turns out to be the most practical. It's like Larry David having only one knife and fork and one piece of a cutler, or what do you call it, plates. He has one.
Right.
He has like a plate, a bowl, and one knife and fork when he was a bachelor. Because like the
Right.
dishes never pile up.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
it seemed inconvenient. Then you told me what it solves. And it solves a bigger problem than it creates.
And then if I have a bunch of people over, everyone can just go against the wall, grill their meat to their own liking,
Yep.
and just hold against the wall.
So I can't be drunk, stoned, and like walking through your kitchen having a conversation because inevitably I'm going to lean up against your grill.
That is
Like-
going to be a problem with all the weed smoke.
I traditionally have had a few problems with cactuses at house parties. I would definitely have a problem with a wall melted grill. I'm just warning you ahead of time.
All right, I'll cook your meat for you.
Yeah. Stay out of the kitchen. But I want to hang out with you guys. Just stay out. Looks like you have to have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids insurance and weirdo insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The sink, man, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't even want. I don't. Dishes do just pile up in a sink,
Yeah.
and that's annoying. And doing dishes is annoying. I feel like I'm so small. What's me littering my dishes going to do? It's not going to be a big problem.
Okay.
My whole life throwing shit out of my window is probably going to amount to what? Like like a piece of paper that's been used by a hole puncher.
You're saying
know
that
what
you're
I mean?
so small that your littering doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your dishes? You're throwing them out the window?
Out the window. Yeah.
Do you have a special window for that? That's just always it just opens
I would assume, yeah,
Yeah.
I would have to, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just try and throw. I probably have some targets on the other side of the moat that I'm trying to hit with the dishes.
relieve some stress, get better at
Yes.
frisbee golf. Let's-
Exactly. Exactly.
very efficient use. Okay.
I just eat off frisbees. You know what I mean? Now you bring that up. Why have plates when you can just eat off a frisbee, wing it out the door? And that sounds great.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, eat off frisbees because they're kind of bowls too. They got those lips on the side.
Yeah. They are.
You could probably eat cereal out of a Frisbee.
I guarantee it's being done as we record this somewhere in the world. Someone's doing that right now. Probably in your hometown.
Probably.
So let's go to your restroom.
Okay, right. Your other favorite room.
I love bathrooms. Well, it's like one goes in, one goes out. You got to have these rooms.
Yeah.
And then a place to rest in between. That's why I got into real estate, man. I love houses because,
I think it would be cool for a bathroom just to have the whole bathroom is a shower. Just one giant shower head. One giant shower head.
Even like, you mean the whole bathroom, like from the
whole
door.
bathroom.
All the way in.
Door all the way in.
So there's a toilet in there.
You can be sitting on the toilet and take a shower at the same time. Yeah. No matter what you're doing, you're going to be taking a shower.
Oh, dude.
People want space. There's only a wide spray of water going all over the shower.
Yep.
The bathroom.
You never have to clean your bathroom.
And you never have to clean your bathroom.
It's like you clean it, just turn it on, spray it, and leave it.
And if I'm taking a shower, me personally, I am trying to do all the things I would do in a bathroom normally in the shower.
Like brush your teeth?
Pooping. But yeah, brushing my teeth.
I brush my teeth in the shower too. I love it.
Yeah, me too. Flossing in the
Floss.
shower.
Oh, I wear gold necklaces, rings. Oh, you mean with your teeth? Yes, I do that as well. You got to floss in the shower, Doc. I have a window in my bathroom. I need my neighbors to know I got bling.
Yeah, I like to pee in the shower.
It's funny that anyone ever got mad at anyone for that.
Peeing in the shower.
Oh yeah, when I first moved out, my girlfriend, she was like grossed out by peeing in the shower when I was 18, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
why? Why
first of all,
are
it's
you
pee.
holding yourself back?
It's just pee. I don't shit in the shower.
Right.
Like, it's like
right.
If I was like, yeah, you don't take a dump in the shower, I'd be like, that's kind of weird.
You squish it down with your toes.
Yeah, pressing it down. Yeah, trying to get. Or you had some sort of, even if you had a special drain for it, I still would be like, don't shit in the shower.
Yeah,
even if they made a shower flushing drain. But peeing in the shower is like, I don't understand what's wrong about it. It's actually good for your feet. It kills athlete's foot.
It's just
laryngitis. You can stand back and do the
why are you holding yourself?
The European fountain and try to catch some of it in your mouth and gargle it. I don't do that, folks. I'm just taking this. I'm a comedian. I'm a ripper. But seriously, yeah, peeing in the shower, great. Brushing teeth in the shower, great. Flossing in the shower.
Right. So why not just have the whole bathroom be a shower? Because I like doing all those things anyway, and I would probably shower a lot more if it was always available to me like that. Cave motif in the shower
so your whole bathroom is a cave shower.
You're walking into a cave when you get into the bathroom.
That's great.
Yeah, that sounds really fun, and it all looks like a cave. Even the toilet is some sort of stalactite that you shit into.
Yeah.
I think that sounds beautiful, man. Real dark cave. Maybe like
I don't think anyone's had a stalactite toilet, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's the stalagmite is the one that comes off the buildup on the ground. The stalactite.
Okay, so I said it right.
Because Ralphie May once told me, like, just remember it this way: the stalactites, stalactitties, they're from the top. And I was like, all right, thanks, Ralphie. He actually made sense there.
All right, so
you would have been great with a science show.
I picked the right one then. I want it from the ceiling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You shit on the ceiling.
Yeah. Why not? Right?
Why not?
Guano. All right. If bats can do it.
Have you been at do you go to the LA Zoo? You take your kid to the LA Zoo?
Oh, the animal jail in LA? No.
Yes.
I think I've been there once. I get depressed at zoos. I'm just looking at them. They're all just like, so how much longer till I get out of here? Like, you feel like you're visiting like a relative in jail.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I'm just like,
dude, that's why I had a joke actually about how I think we should just we should be putting bad animals in zoos. Those are the ones.
That's it. The troublemakers.
Yeah, there's all animals. There are some animals that are like dickheads. You know what I mean?
All right, which ones? What's your top 5 dickhead animals?
Killer whales. They're fucking dicks.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're murdering all types of shit. They
eat sea lions.
So I watched a thing about the sea ice is melting, and so they can get places north they've never been to before. They're going to places where there's narwhals, Narwhals have never had a predator before.
Are you serious?
And now they're getting fucking killer whales.
Oh, that's so sad. So it's messing up that ecosystem now?
Oh, my God. They're just slaughtered. They're not eating them. They're just killing them for fun. They're just fucking shit
Are you sure?
up. Yeah.
Weird. Like as if they're competition. They're like, get out of our neighborhood.
They'll eat a little bit, but no, they just have fun killing shit.
That's weird.
They're
That's why
bad.
they call them killer whales, right? They don't call them fucking living in harmony with other animals.
Right.
Whales.
They're not kissing whales.
Too many syllables for real chill and accepting of different kinds of whales and their religions and cultures.
Whales.
No, these are real xenophobic whales. They hate everything besides their own. They're scared.
They're fucking murderers, man. They're bad. And that's why I don't give a shit about them in SeaWorld. Fine, fuck it.
Okay. Is there a whale jail in your fantasy house?
Maybe there is. Maybe there is.
I have a whale courtroom. We shrink the whales down. We bring them to the courtroom. We try them.
They're in the toilet. I shit on them every day. I shit on them every day.
That's part of your fantasy house. You're like, I got to take a dump. Time to punish these whales.
They'd have to be far down or else they bite my ass off.
That's true.
Yeah, they're mean.
Yeah, you don't want any of those killer clown from outer space kind of scenes, but with a whale.
Right, exactly.
That's going to cause a lot of nightmares for people. If a kid's listening to this, like in 30 years, they'll be like, I have this weird phobia when I sit down on the toilets because I listened to Fantasy House when I was a kid. And
all right, so you can there's whales in the toilet, and they're ways down. But if you're downstairs in the fridge, you can see the whales. It's like an aquarium down there. You can see the whales swimming around and shit.
Wait, you see the whales swimming around in your shit water?
Yeah.
In your house?
Yeah, like an aquarium. Yeah, and you're in the refrigerator.
An aquarium with shit floating around.
Yeah. In an aquarium, you're down. I mean, the refrigerator, you're downstairs anyway. You're at the same level.
Yeah.
So you can see them down there. And then maybe it'll help you curb your appetite so you won't make so many unhealthy decisions.
Oh, man.
When you're getting some food, like maybe I don't want Cheetos. I'm just going to eat for sustenance.
This reminds me of my favorite Sturgill Simpson song, Watching Whales Builds Character. It's a really great country song. I recommend checking it out right away. And I remember watching those whales swim around, and I knew right away I want to be a good man. Because if you're not a good man, you can count on Cornell taking a shit on you. It's a really bad Sturgill Simpson impression. He doesn't at all have that kind of accent. But, oh, man. Okay, well, thank you for really helping the whales to get over themselves and really start growing.
Yeah, I'm helping everyone else in the ocean, all the good animals.
Do you have a backyard in your fantasy house?
It would back up against the Mountain Dew moat. So yeah, I gotta have one. I think it would be cool to have quicksand back there too. A little dangerous, but like fun, thrilling type of thing. Oh, definitely a zip line in the backyard.
Like over the quicksand?
Yeah, that's a good call. That's what I'm going to do, yeah.
Oh, Lord. I hope no one gets hurt in there because then everyone's going to be like, whose idea was that? You're like, actually, that was Shefsky's. I'm like, no, I was just proposing the idea, Cornell.
And then I'm also going to have a rope swing into the quicksand if you want to end it all. One last ride, because rope swings are real fun.
But they're also dangerous like that, so the death by rope swing is real.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's the only outcome of going on the rope swing. You just let out, and you just go and jump off the rope swing, go straight into the quicksand, and just end it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when someone's like, "Can I use your rope?" You have to like let them know like it's not a toy.
There's two rope swings. One goes into the moat. One goes into the quicksand. They have like a little color difference. One's taupe. One's khaki. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna stay inside your house. I won't be hanging out in the backyard.
Just add some thrill to it, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, the moat should also be like a Lazy Susan. Maybe some good rapids in there too, but you can like float the moat.
Oh, lazy river, you mean? Where like it actually has
not Lazy
Lazy
Susan.
Susan, yeah. Like where you like at the dinner table.
Yeah, all the tubes have Lazy Susans on them too, though. Why not? Lazy river, yeah, but not too lazy.
I didn't know there was limits on it. Like you're talking to the contractor, like make it lazy, but not too lazy. He's like, sure, whatever you say.
I want period. You know, like when you float a real river, there's a lot of downtime, but then there's some good rapids too.
Yeah.
I want that.
Okay.
I want some fun rapids.
So you're this is a next level lazy river. You've got rapids in there.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
But it's Mountain Dew too. So if you go under for a bit, you're like, oh,
all right, party on, bro.
Dude, I almost drowned and it was delicious. And I am so caffeinated right now. Do you have like a dining room or anything like that inside, or like a place where you eat, or is it just like in the kitchen with the constant cannabis
weed smoke?
fumes
I think you might want to eat out of the kitchen. It might get too much. So you could just eat in the living room on the floating furniture. We'd have some floating. What are those things called? The little tables that you can unfold and put in front of your...
Oh, like a TV dinner tray?
Yeah.
Like a floating TV dinner tray?
Yeah, or you could eat in the water, too. I think that's cool. Eating in the water needs to happen more. It doesn't happen that often.
It is nice, right? There's a lot of homes out in like the Lake Elsinore, Marietta area that have, they all have pools out there because it's just like, it's super boiling hot in the summertime.
Yeah.
And I forgot what the name of it is, but they have the seating, like bar stools, like underwater bar stools. I'm sure there's a name for it. Underwater bar stools in their pools, like all around. And a lot of them they'll have a area where you can put a pole in there for an actual patio cover,
umbrella,
like an umbrella and whatnot. So there's like a full on, like, you want to just chill in the pool and have a snack and have a drink on a seat.
Oh man, that
like,
sounds
really
great.
cool, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's badass.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love that. I mean, the problem is that you get food in your pool. So I don't know if we'd have like a garbage disposal at the bottom or something.
Why not, dude? Yeah, it's your fantasy house. You can solve that problem right now with some weird technology invention.
Why don't I just have an octopus in there that eats the food?
There you go. What's his name?
Better.
What's her name?
Larry. It's a girl.
There's a girl named Larry. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh man, Larry the octopus, dude. That's so hot.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, she just eats the food down there. That's great. And then she can climb up to you, sit on your head for a while. She just feed her snacks, hang out.
So sweet. Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah. See, octopi are good animals, I think.
They're smart.
They're smart as hell.
I just know that they're smart and they have personalities and whatever else, and they change color to talk, and they're gnarly. And
they're kind of... Someone told me that there's some part of their genes that they can't link up with any other animal's evolution.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This is what someone told me.
Oh, then it must be true. Fact checking, not when someone told it to me. Oh, Larry.
So there's something maybe alien about them or something. I think that's where they were headed with that.
Okay. Oh, they're one of those things, one of those Terrence McKenna claims. They think that octopuses might have come over here on an asteroid.
Yeah, exactly.
Inside.
Exactly. Like I don't know what Terrence McKenna is, but yeah.
He's a trippy old school dude who's no longer with us, but he was like the guy that made like magic mushrooms and psychedelic, like intellectual psychedelics, kind of famous. There's literally like hundreds of hours of him giving lectures at Berkeley and like colleges and things around
I gotta get into
around
this.
the world, and just being like, he was just a super psychedelic dude. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Like very trippy and probably nuts 30 to 80% of the time, but also just had a lot to offer just as far as being like, whoa. What a cool way to say it. And very addicted, like, to listen to him talk. He was very like, and the thing is, like, he would just like his cadence and his voice was like
string you along like that.
Because his brother Dennis McKenna is like is either a botanist or a biologist, or like an educated dude that's also like been in the Amazon with indigenous tribes and done a bunch of weird psychedelics and recorded his experiences, and very smart.
Did he write that book? Didn't he write a book about it?
Oh yeah, he's written a lot of books. Food of the Gods is like the most famous one.
Okay.
And he wrote one called, like, I don't even remember. You can look it up on Amazon, but I've read a couple of his books. They're fascinating. Yeah. And definitely worth looking into.
Yeah.
But you'd love to I'm sure you'd love them.
I mean, I think, just speaking of that, I think I would just have one big mushroom growing on my property. Because that would be huge for me.
Oh, that's true, right? Because we're tiny.
Yeah.
So one magic mushroom.
Provide a lot of shade.
Yep.
And anytime we just take a big chomp out of it and just have a wild ride.
Just, don't eat too many mushrooms and then try to go on my rope swing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Only thing worse than dying by quicksand is frying balls and dying by quicksand.
I think I would just take a bite of my mushroom and go hang out with Larry, dude. That sounds fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a master bedroom or anything like that?
Gotta have a master bedroom.
Show us this master bedroom.
Master bedroom. I want, I have a bed that's too big right now, which is not a problem people usually have. But I have a California king, and it's too fucking big. I don't need all that space.
You want a smaller bed?
I want a small. So I need a smaller
be a
bed.
nun covenant that we could sign you up for. Get you in on a nice twin with one pillow.
I'm thinking queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking a queen bed.
Is that gonna be big enough for you and Larry though, or? Because if you're eating psychedelic mushrooms and hanging out with Larry, you're like,
right, I'm gonna sleep with Larry a lot.
This house is owned by a psilocybin man. He's definitely sleeping with his octopus.
And instead of a bed that goes down on the ground, I think it would be cool to have it suspended from the ceiling.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
By chains or rope, just hanging, like a swing, like a
rope. Yeah, kind of hammock style.
Okay, but it's a bed. It's an actual bed.
It's an actual bed.
That's cool.
I think that'd be really fun. And you just climb up a rope swing. Yeah, or a rope to get up, a rope ladder. I think that'd be really fun. And the whole roof. This would be the one place where the roof is absolutely clear, so you can just see stars. It's all right. It's got to be clear at night, not at day.
Yeah. Hey, this is a common problem. I can solve it for you right now. You can have with the touch of a button. It can.
There we go. Maybe it's like the Nest thermostat. It's a smart thing. Where I can program it.
Totally.
At this time,
it goes from opaque to transparent.
Yes.
Nothing. Yep.
Yeah. So that would be great. Also, I'm assuming this is going to be on the top floor, right? Because it's an 8-story house, and otherwise I would just be looking into another bedroom or bathroom. So I would probably have some guns up there, some defenses to just make sure none of these fucking insects are getting in there.
You can have yourself a real Starship Troopers defense system.
Yes.
Just shooting off big bugs.
Yes.
Splatting these giant cockroach things.
Sometimes just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just eat a bunch of mushrooms and go murder insects.
That seems like that'd be the scariest trip of my life. But for you, if you can handle it, good for you. I'd have some sort of weird anxiety attack.
I would probably feel
Aren't we the bugs? Are the bugs us?
I would start feeling really bad. No, I mean, that's the thing with ants, though. If you kill one, you're just going to get more ants coming to you.
It's like zombies.
Yeah.
The only thing is, you don't dry age zombies and eat them on a burger.
That's true.
So I say kill an ant, have a giant barbecue of endless meat.
I think I'd also have a wingsuit on, just hanging out on the up floor. Ever just wanted a wingsuit out of my house and go flying for a while.
Yeah. Have you ever actually wingsuited in real life?
No fucking
It seems like insane.
It seems insane.
Yeah.
They look like they're going to die every second.
They do, too. They have a high occurrence of so-and-so died doing that.
And if there's a way to do a opposite zip line where you shoot up.
Oh, yeah. You can have that. That's your fancy house. You can have an opposite zip line.
That would be cool. I could go from outside straight up into my room, shooting up real fast.
Yeah.
There's got to be a deck on my room. I guess that would just make sense where all my weapons are mounted to fight the insects and stuff like that. And I could blow up anything no one would even know. It'd be so small.
You're like, I could get away with this. I'm small.
Yeah.
I like how this house has so many things where you're like, I can litter because I'm super tiny. Yeah. You're like, okay, this gives you some freedom being that small.
It absolutely does.
You're less of a drag on things.
I mean, think about how small my carbon footprint would be. Because my foot is so small.
It's the best logic. So if your foot's smaller, then your carbon footprint's smaller. Perfect. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, dude. All the.
My whole house runs on coal.
All the but it's such a small amount of coal.
Such a small amount of coal. Who cares?
Oh, dude, did you imagine these tiny little shovels shoveling these tiny little pieces of coal?
Yeah.
Dude,
really, actually pretty efficient.
Yeah, dude. That's badass.
What if you just shrunk all humanity down and we could still use everything? We didn't have to change a thing.
Dude, I feel like there was a movie, and I didn't see it, like a Matt Damon movie where it was all about like when you shrink down. It's called Downsizing.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't see it yet, but I feel like that's got to be part of that concept, dude. It's so interesting. It's a really good point you're bringing up. If they just shrank stuff down and just like so.
Right.
You know, like imagine how many less cows you'd have to. You do the cattle. Would take to if you shrink us down to 1,000th the size of ours.
Everything would go
our
down.
Our carbon footprint would go by 1,000th.
Yeah,
and we could continue being slobs and misusing technology and not worrying about it, right?
Yeah.
Like how big are the mushroom clouds from an atom bomb if you're the size of an atom?
Right.
Oh, they're still the same? Never mind. I don't know math. I didn't go to college for math or science. But yeah, I get your concept, though. It's great. It's great.
You.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
So when do we start? How do I do that?
It just seems like a more realistic solution than getting everyone to agree to be more environmentally friendly and do the things that they need to do.
No, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
You can't leave it up to people.
I mean, okay, like, you know how hard it is to get addicts to change their life? It takes so hard, right?
Right.
And you just think about the way we live in our society, myself included. Like, we're just addicted to, like, conveniences.
Absolutely.
And there's no going back now. It's like how Anthony Kiedis felt when you tried to take heroin away from him. It's like,
yeah.
Right? They never made blood sugar sex magic again.
Right.
And the human race won't either. Like, it's just like, you can't take it away from us now. Like, you know, like I try to, like, I love to go camping and be out in the middle of nowhere.
Same.
But, dude, when I'm done, I'm so excited for my shower. I'm so excited to, like, lay down in a bed.
Definitely.
And be away from all the things. And I was like, man, there would have to be no option, which is what we're kind of going towards. There'd have to be no option to not live like that, right?
Right.
So it's like we'll run out of the rainforest before we go. We can't use up all the rainforest. That would be bad. We're going to run out of the rainforest and then be like, now what?
Right. Exactly.
It's just the way it is as humans. And not to say like there's no hope. I mean, I have tons of hope in humanity. I think there'll be things that will hopefully along the way allow us to make the steps we need to make to go on. And
I think so. I think I was talking to my friend about it. Paul, I remember a long time ago, Paul Danke, and you know, talking about being worried for our kids.
Yep.
Going into this hellscape of a future. And I remember, I won't never forget. He's like, I think it's really cocky of us to think that these future generations aren't going to be able to figure this shit out.
Such a great point. Yeah, it's like that's because the media is super cynical, and then by nature we get cynical. But he's right. I feel the same way.
It's so conceited to be like, we're the generation that ruined it all. You know, we're the ones.
Yeah, that's our egos.
Yeah, it seems like
it's like a weird sadistic ego thing. Like, it's all my fault. We're all emo. It's my fault. Like, it's not really your fault. Well, I've been talking to friends about it too because I don't consider myself like any exact political guy. I don't consider myself always an environmentalist or always this or that. I'm just like a human being that makes decisions. I think as Chris Rock says, like, there's some things I'm liberal about, there's something I'm conservative about.
Right.
That's the voice in my head. As Chris Rock, but there's some things that I'm just like, I make decisions based on information, right?
Right.
And so I don't want to sit here and say like all environmentalists are wrong or all environmentalists are right, but I have definitely felt like, man, like people almost love being like cynical, and I'm like, how about a little faith that yes, we're doing stuff bad and we're doing stuff wrong, but also we've got a lot of stuff right, and there's a lot to be grateful for, and that there's a good chance that we will continue to solve problems.
Right.
And things will get even better.
Right.
Or they will get worse before they get better, which I hope they don't, because I also have kids, and the Hey Jude song started playing again as soon as my son was born. I was like, damn it, I just stopped hearing Hey Jude, and then it's back again. I'm just like, the world is on my shoulders again. You know what I mean? Looking around all day like, you guys better fucking take care of this planet.
Yeah.
My son's here now and he'd like to live good.
Right.
But I think I there's every hope that we'll be all right. And
totally.
And if not, I mean, that will suck. But
it's just funny, you know. I think also it has to do with Trump being in office. I remember when George W. Bush was in office, everyone was so scared. Just fear. Everyone's scared about
fear and
shit.
Anger.
Yeah.
Anger is a lot of it too.
Yeah.
And that's a very normal part of life, to be angry, but I think people allow nowadays with group thought, they allow like someone else to tell them what to be angry about.
Right, exactly.
Because it's very easy to be a sheep herder and be like, here's what you're mad about.
Yeah.
No matter what side you're on, by the way, not any particular side. Just like if you are into group think, it's very easy to like have someone else tell you what to be passionate about instead of like, hey, just go be good. Smile at babies, make good decisions,
Right.
vote with your dollar, prioritize like making love and communicating and like doing things with people
Right.
above watching the new TV show that's on. Obviously make this podcast your top priority. But other than that, but seriously, I know so many people that are super hysterical in both directions of politics, and it's
Totally.
and I don't know so many. I know some people out of a mix of most people not being like that and most people being cool. But
Right.
I know hysterical people that I'm just like, man, you just need to like actually like get a grip on like your like take some time for yourself and figure out like what matters to you and focus more on like your own personal life,
Right.
And we all have to do this at times. I get carried away too. I get passionate. If I wake up
Totally.
early and I was talking about morning miracles with my friend, having your like routine in the morning. My buddy Mark Mendez and I were just talking about like looking at the news accidentally, like too early, or checking your email before you have your morning routine. And how the rest of your day gets plagued by like, I go to Bing instead of Google. I don't know why I like Bing, just the like acronym.
Wow.
Because it's not Google, it's the acronym, and I just thought that was kind of funny. I go to Google also, but Bing always has the news stories, and Yahoo, my email always has the news stories, or my news stories, whatever the
Right.
algorithms tell me I should
Right.
read. And dude, I get bummed out sometimes, and so like
it's impossible not to.
they just tell you everything, and you're like, I didn't want to know that was
Yeah.
going on. There's
Yeah.
another cholera outbreak. Like what?
Right.
I thought we had
Right.
that handled.
Right.
So I guess the way to end this episode is to say like to be positive, be yourself, find. Well, you do the rest of it. What's your message to these listeners,
I
the
think
fantasy
you-
housers?
I think you're absolutely right. Don't put too much weight on all these stories and focus your whole life and get so angry and upset about things. Do what you can and relax and love the people around you and be conscious of what is around you and like your pleasures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I mean, I think it's a lot.
Hey Jude, don't trip out. Things look scary, but it's probably gonna be all good.
I mean, things where all these things have existed. All these things that people are mad about have existed this whole time.
Yeah.
Some things are getting worse or better. Some things are more in the spotlight now and some aren't. It's just all just a matter of perspective. And like, don't just like put too much weight on right now as such an extreme moment. Because
Yeah.
it's always been like that.
But also just live in the moment. Just take a deep breath.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I have? My buddy Kamal got me. I have excerpts from one of what's his name? Eckhart Tolle's got this book, and there's like excerpts from it, like that are in these like it's really pretty font, and it's color. And so you don't have to read the whole book. You just like pick through it. And you just open any page, just like how
cool,
people like
yeah.
will open the Bible or whatever. You just open it to whatever page, and like it'll just have like a paragraph about like being in the moment and like just like realizing like the importance of like just breathing and like kind of witnessing like your own existence or whatever. And I just sit in my bathroom, and a lot of times I try to make a point to not bring my phone in there.
Yeah.
My wife's probably laughing right now if she's listening to this. I try to not bring my phone in there, and I'll just read like one paragraph from it. And so like when you're actually going to the bathroom and pushing out your toxins,
Sure.
you're also releasing your mental toxins of like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just here to chill for a second. I'm just alive for a brief second. Like just be at peace. It's a good feeling.
That is good. Yeah. Anything like that. Any little routine like that, I think is great.
And even if you're not religious, you can be like, you can have faith. So you don't have to like personify a god or anthropomorphize a god or pick an actual religion. You can just be like, I just have faith that like, like it's cool to exist and like things will be all right, whatever even that means.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm making it up as I go along, folks. This is a podcast. What do you want from me? I'm just trying to stay happy.
We're in Fantasy House to a life motivational podcast.
Whatever. If it can inspire, I want people to be inspired with their imagination, but if it can inspire them also, if you're listening and you're like, I feel better just about, climate change now. like if you just like watched a YouTube video on like that skinny polar bear and you're like, fuck. And then you
Yeah.
listen to the Fantasy House episode. You're like, it's okay though. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, we are bringing woolly mammoths back. We have, I read this article about, they found out how to regrow coral in Florida.
Oh, that's awesome.
It just started regrowing coral in a lab.
That's awesome.
Which is like great news.
Hurry up and do it fast though.
I know.
We need a lot of it, boys. Get that coral going.
Yeah, they just have to, they just take some polar bears, throw them in the oven, and bing, bang, boom, it comes out coral.
We didn't say the process wasn't brutal. The process is awful.
Yeah.
You have to club these seals, and they can't be killed fast. It's something to do with the way their cells decompose that make the coral. You have to slowly strangle seals. Where can people find you?
At Cornell Reid on Instagram, at Cornezy on Twitter, and isn'tfactor.com for the web series.
Oh, yeah. Go to the Isn't Factor, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Share this. Click the share button. Thanks for having me in your fantasy house.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Coming over, dude.
Hashtag blessed guest. Don't be surprised if you go out to get groceries or some coffee and you come back and I'm the one laying down with Larry, the female octopus.
Oh, no.
You're like, Larry, and I'm like,
who took all these bites out of my mushroom?
yeah, just me and Larry just naked on your bed. You're suctioning me, Larry. Oh, mwah.